Hello, it's Fleur. Welcome to week 2 of my 50-week challenge. Yes, it sounds like a lot, but let's see how we go. Challenging myself as well as anyone else who wants to join in, looking at posture, Pilates, particularly Pilates, so basic core strength, and also leg strength, obviously upper body strength and posture. As I said before, it's really all about lower back pain and back pain prevention. So that's my mission, is to help people to be able to live without back pain so that they can live the life that they want to, essentially. So mostly quickly about me, I was an athlete, then I had a lot of back issues, and then I became a chiropractor, Pilates teacher, personal trainer. So that's why I'm here today. Now, what I'd like to do is basically continue with our session on basic core strength, which we started last week. Hopefully the audio is working better today. So I don't know if you guys noticed the audio wasn't great for last time, but anyway, I'm a bit rusty with videoing skills at the moment, but let's just hope that this one's a little bit better. All right, so let's start with a little quick lesson on our T-zone. So if you remember from last week, what we're looking at is this area here. So imagine that you've got a line drawn from hip bone to hip bone. That's the top part of the T. The vertical part is from pelvic floor up. Okay, so with this top part, let's start here. What I want you to do is imagine that you're pulling that line in. So even if it's just 0.5 centimetre, belly button is moving in a tiny bit. The pelvic floor, pulling that up. Again, imagining that you're stopping yourself from going to the toilet. So it's a little bit of a tiny contraction that way and a little bit going in. So that should start this area working. Don't worry if you're not feeling much initially, but slowly you should start to feel this area switching on, which is going to protect the lower back. So we'll talk about the T-zone quite a lot throughout these exercises. So we'll build up from last week. We're going to start with, we'll do some stretches in between each of the exercises. You probably noticed that last time. Also, just quickly, make sure if you get any pain or any issues like that, discomfort, stop straight away. And you should always make sure that you have permission from a healthcare professional, especially if you do suffer from back issues, and make sure it's okay for you to start some basic exercise. Okay, let's start with a hip flexor stretch because we didn't do that last time. So what I'd like you to do is, if you have a pillow, grab it, place it under your knee, and you probably won't be able to see me, but it's okay. Place it under your knee, come up into a slight lunge position, and I want you to push this hip forward. Really important stretch for the front of the hip, particularly if you've been sitting all day like most of us do at a desk job. Really want to stretch here, and if you can bring this back arm up and across your body. So that will just enhance the stretch a little bit through the front. We're just holding that for 10 to 20 seconds. Just a nice gentle way to start the session. Good, let's swap over. Pushing forward, back arm up and over, and you can tilt the body a little bit just to get a bit more of a stretch around the front of the hip. So we'll be posting just a shorter version of these videos on my Instagram as well. So the longer version will go on YouTube, smaller version on Instagram, just to remind you to do it. If you can, try and at least attempt these videos twice a week. Really important to keep reminding our core to work and switch on. Good. Okay, so let's do our similar exercise to last time. Lift foot, but we're going to extend it, make it a little bit harder, but not much harder. So I'm just going to move. It's a bit awkward, but move the microphone to the side a little bit. Hopefully it hasn't turned off. Okay, lying on our back. Make sure that your knees are about shoulder width apart. Good. Now, last time we started with just gently arching the lower back and then flattening it. So let's just do a few of those because it's a nice warm up for the lower back, but also it helps us to establish our neutral spine position. Shoulders should be relaxed. Just going to do a couple more. Good, and now go halfway between those two stretches, and that should be our neutral spine. We're going to think about our ribs just down a little bit, shoulders down and relaxed, head is going to be neutral, and thinking about that T-zone, so pulling that line in just a little bit, Taking a nice deep breath in through the nose. As we breathe out through the mouth, lift one foot off the floor just a little bit. We did this exercise last week. And then we're going to straighten it just above the floor as we breathe in. Breathe out as we bend. Breathe in as we lower down. Good. So let's do the other side. Breathe out as we lift the leg. Breathe in as we straighten. Think about that T-zone, flattening. Breathe out as we bend. Breathe in as we lower down. Good. So it's a very slow, controlled movement, really thinking about the core flattening, or at least staying where it is. So breathing in, breathing out, breathing in and out. Shoulders relaxed. Really try and keep the hips stable, pelvis stable. And we'll go for one more each side. These Pilates movements they do seem to be very small and easy and controlled, but this is good because we're really thinking about each muscle group individually, and we're not trying to do any big movements. Okay, let's bring our knees into our chest and just doing a few circles in one direction and the opposite. Okay, we're going to just do a few of our abdominal curls, which we did last time. So coming back down, make sure that our knees are shoulder width apart, hands behind our head, elbows wide. Take a deep breath in, breathe out, come up, flattening the tummy, or at least keeping it level. Breathe in as we lower down. And we're doing 10, really thinking about our T-zone, our ribs flattening as we come up, not straining our neck. It's all coming from our abdominals. Just 2 more. Good, come down. Just relax the neck, just gently roll it from side to side. Release any tension. Excellent, good. All right, let's do some toe taps. So this is a new exercise. I'd like you to try and bring your knees up to 90, like this, one at a time. Good, think about that T-zone. A little bit of a neutral spine in the lower back. We're taking a deep breath in. As we breathe out, we're trying to tap the toe down. Now, if you feel that you're losing your lower back and it's starting to get painful, then don't. Only go a little bit. If you can manage it, go all the way down and come back up. Breathing out as we tap down. Breathe in as we come up. As I said, if you're finding it too hard and you're arching your lower back too much, don't tap down all the way. You really want to keep this T-zone on the whole time. So that means your tummy should be staying where it is, not coming ballooning like that. It's got to flatten, or at least stay where it is as you tap down. Not doing too many. Let's try for 4 more. Last one. Good, all right, let's bring the knees into the chest again, just to take any tension away from the lower back. Okay, so let's do some practice. Again, some oblique curls from last week, hands behind the head. Take a nice deep breath in, breathe out, come up. Try and bring the hand to the outside of the knee. Breathe in as we come back. Breathe out, come up. The opposite side, good. Really flattening the T-zone. It's really important to practice what we've learnt previously, really cement those learnings. 2 more, can smile. Last one, good. Come back, and we'll do a nice hamstring stretch while we're here. Just pull gently on the back of the leg. Try and do a nice stretch in between all of our strengthening exercises so that we don't forget to stretch the body. It's really important, particularly if we have a sedentary job, to continue to do stretching throughout the day. And swapping over. So we only have one more exercise for today's mini session. It's a plank like we again have done previously, but this time we'll do a little mini push-up with the plank to make it a little bit more challenging. Okay, let's just do a little glute stretch before we go into that. So foot onto the opposite knee, either stay there or reach in and grab the thigh and pull up. Swapping over, reaching in. Good. All right, so let's come onto our side, and then using our upper body, we're slowly coming up. Think about the core a little bit. And we're going to finish with, as I said, a little plank push-up. So coming into, let's go into all fours while we're here. We'll just do a nice cat stretch. So just gently arch the lower back. I love my stretches, you may have noticed. And now looking up. Good. All right, coming to a neutral spine position, which is halfway between those two stretches. Then we're going to bring our arms forward about 20 to 30 centimeters, then bring that body forward, thinking about that T-zone on, pushing up from our shoulder blades, tummy on. We're just going to try and hold this for about 5 seconds. And then just bend the elbows a little bit backwards and then come back up. So we're just doing a tiny push-up because this can be quite challenging. And make sure the tummy stays on. We're just going for 2 more. Last one. And then come and hold again for another few seconds. Good job. And relaxing. All right. Let's do a child's pose stretch. So arms forward, coming down gently. All right. So thanks for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this little mini Pilates basic core session. Feel free to share it with anyone that you think may benefit. Leave a comment if you have any comments or any feedback, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.